are learning more after LMPD released body camera video from two officer-involved shootings this month. The first happened near Churchill Downs December the 8th. The second came out of the Portland neighborhood just 6 days later on December the 14th. For that shooting, police say they were called to a home on North 25th Street after a caller said her brother inside the house was on drugs and had a gun. Police later identified that man as 30-year-old Kenneth Clark. When officers arrived, they learned Clark had taken 3 people hostage. Police say the situation escalated quickly, with officers shooting Clark after he fatally shot 23-year-old John Robinson Jr. in the head. Senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Jessica Farley detail the newly released videos.
121 Baker, it's escalating up there. We might have to move up.
Really, there's only 3 decisions you can make at this point, right? They can sit there and do nothing, wait for the SWAT team to show up, which might be somewhere between 15 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour before we get that level of resources there. You can go to the door, you can attempt to make contact and start a negotiation with this person, understanding that you cannot predict the reaction that you're going to get from that person.
LMPD Deputy Chief Paul Humphrey tells us these officers ultimately chose the third option, taking decisive action in that moment.
That is our best opportunity to take some kind of intervention that's going to save the life of preferably both these hostages, but at least somebody.
But several minutes before that,
he got a gun pointed at my friend, and he would not let him leak out the door.
Officers were on the first floor, children inside.
And my daughter and my niece was in the house.
They talked to the woman who called 911. She told officers the suspect was upstairs with guns, holding 3 people hostage in a room. One of those 3 was able to come downstairs for a moment and let police know what was going on.
Big bro got 2 guns to his head. It's like he's ready to die, man. So he's willing, if he sees some police thing, he's willing to die.
In the video, you can hear things begin to escalate upstairs through the closed door. LMPD describes the suspect saying he's going to make a sacrifice and, quote, "You're going to die with me or before me." Eventually, officers bust through the door, where we'll stop the video. Police say that's when Clark shoots one of the 2 remaining hostages in the head, killing him. Officers, within seconds, fire at the suspect.
People down, suspect shot, email 3.
Is there anything the officers could have done differently to potentially save the life of the hostage that lost their life?
I will tell you from my experience, this was an unwinnable situation for those officers. You are not going to take the most experienced SWAT officer in the world and win that gunfight. That person had set that situation up in a circumstance that we were not given an opportunity to be able to prevent that from happening.
Deputy Chief Paul Humphrey there tells us officers' rounds also hit the victim in this case in the torso, but he says that came after the victim had already been shot in the head. Police say Clark has a history of mental health challenges and time in prison. Just getting released this past October, 2 guns were found in his possession. Now, as for the 2 officers who fired shots here, both are on administrative leave. Per department policy, they joined the force this past April. In Louisville, Isaiah Kim Martinez, WHAS11 on your side.
We are told Clark is still in the hospital in critical condition. Police say they were able to get the other hostage, Clark's sister, out safely.
The gun! Drop that gun! Drop the gun!
So this now is the second body camera video we saw yesterday. It's from a traffic stop near Churchill Downs, December the 8th. Officers shot Marvin Smith just after 9 p.m. after police say he pointed a gun at them. In the video, you see police pull up behind a car. When officers get out, Smith runs from the car with a gun in his hand. Officers are heard yelling at him, telling him to drop the weapon, which he never does. Smith was taken to the hospital and has since been released. He's charged with fleeing police and wanton endangerment, as well as several drug trafficking charges. Sergeant Joshua Arnwine fired his weapon in that second shooting. Looking at his record, we learned Arnwine has been suspended at least 4 different times. The first dates back to 2017 for violating reporting guidelines. According to his files in 2020, he was suspended for failing to use his body camera and failing to be civil. He was given a 1-day suspension without pay, but it wasn't sanctioned until 2 years later under former Chief Erica Shields.